Lauren and Emre met at his studio. In the mornings, there is no one around, no lessons. Also, it's the receptionist's day off. Perfect time to listen to some music, have a chit-chat, or enjoy an indoors picnic, which they were doing right now. They had pushed 2 yoga mats together and tossed over a colorful hand-woven throw Lauren found at a local bazaar. A thermos of herbal tea sat between them, still steaming. The soft notes of an old Turkish folk rock song drifted from Emre's speaker, and the smell of warm muffins mixed with the faint scent of sandalwood incense. They were sprawled out like cats in the morning sun filtering through the skylight. Crumbs sprinkled Emre's t-shirt, and Lauren, with her knees pulled to her chest, had blueberry smudges on her cheek. The scene was chaotic, lazy, and completely free of performance. It felt like a pocket of peace, one of those rare mornings where time stretches thin and nothing needs to be solved. She placed some muffins on the counter too. Cupcakes had long been gone. Lauren demanded this change a while back. I'm not kidding. She suddenly grabbed my belly and started jiggling it, Lauren said, and took a bite of her muffin. Emre looked at her with amazement and a little bit of disbelief, but mostly admiration. He knew Lauren was telling the truth, and then some. I warned you. She's a crazy lady, Emre winked. Lauren knew Emre well enough by now. When he called someone crazy, it was his way of saying magnetic, brilliant, uncaged. To Emre, crazy meant someone who wasn't afraid to think sideways, to laugh at the wrong moment, to create something out of nothing. It was his highest compliment. He took a sip from his tea and added, I've always felt more at home around artists, free thinkers, people who ask strange questions and don't rush to answer them. They don't have to make sense all the time. They just have to feel real. I don't know. Around them, I feel like I can breathe. Lauren paused. She loved this about him. That openness, that softness, that refusal to live life only by the rules. You kind of remind me of that, he said, glancing at her but not in a flirtatious way, more like a quiet admission. You're not as uptight as you think you are. She narrowed her eyes playfully, picked up a muffin, and held it in front of her like a small, delicious grenade. Says the guy who's about to get hit by one of these bad boys. Emre burst out laughing, raising his hands in mock defense. All right. Truce. Just don't waste the muffins. These are dangerously good. Lauren set the muffin down, crawled over the blanket between them, and without hesitation, wrapped her arms around him in a soft, lingering hug. Fine, she whispered near his ear, her voice warm with mischief. I'll ambush you with kisses instead. Emre didn't move at first, just smiled into her shoulder, as if savoring a moment that had snuck up on him. His arms slowly closed around her. The music kept playing, the tea was still warm, and for a heartbeat or two, the whole world felt like it had stopped, just for them. Lauren is seated at a corner table in the cozy tea house, where Emre first brought her weeks ago. A half-empty glass of rose-hip tea sits beside her laptop. Outside, the city hums softly, but inside, everything feels focused and still. She squints at the screen, adjusting spacing, rechecking the last sentence. Finally, after weeks of effort, she's making the final touches on a project she's actually proud of. Her fingers hover over the keyboard at lightning speed. Suddenly, a pair of hands cover her eyes from behind. She freezes, then grins. Okay, Emre, what did you forget this time? It was a running joke by now. Emre always asked her to hold onto his keys, phone, or wallet in her bag, and somehow always forgot to take them back. Wrong boyfriend. The voice is familiar, but not in the way she wanted it to be. Her smile falters. Alex steps around and makes himself comfortable in the chair across from her, draping his blazer over the back. He looks a little out of place here. Too polished, too prepared. Lauren blinks. Alex, how did you find me here? Sure, we can talk about that, he says coolly. But do you really want me to give you petty details? Or skip to the part where we talk like adults? Lauren closes her laptop, a sigh already forming. You didn't say goodbye, Alex begins, voice steady but sharp. You just sent paragraphs about how it wasn't me, how you needed change, how you were searching for something. And then you left. She looks down. I know. Do you? He leans forward slightly. 4 years, Lauren. 4 years. You don't ghost someone after 4 years, even if you dress it up with poetic texts and emotional reflections. Lauren stares at the wooden table grain between them. I didn't want to hurt you, she says. At the time, I thought explaining would only make things messier, and honestly, I wasn't sure how to explain what I was feeling. Try now, he says quietly. She nods, slowly. I had already made up my mind, Alex. I was going to end things. I even rehearsed a real conversation in my head, face to face, respectful. But then, she pauses, searching for the right words. You started hinting at marriage. Kids. Out of nowhere. Dropping these comments like pebbles to test the water. Joking about rings. Giving the latest news of your friends finally marrying. And you were watching my reaction. Like you were waiting for the right moment to pop the question. Her voice softens, almost ashamed. It freaked me out. I panicked. Not because commitment scares me, but because the idea of committing to you felt wrong. I realized, this isn't a life I want. Not with you. And suddenly, waiting for the right time to leave felt like a trap. So I rushed it, and I did it badly. She finally looks him in the eyes. I stayed for a year longer than I should have, convincing myself that all relationships go dull eventually, that maybe I just had unrealistic expectations. But the truth is, I stopped wanting you. I stopped feeling seen by you. And I was too scared to say it, because it felt like such a flimsy excuse to throw away something that looked solid from the outside. A pause. Her voice trembles just slightly. In retrospect, you didn't deserve to be left like that. You deserved better. A real conversation. I'm sorry. Alex stares at her for a long moment. Then he scoffs gently and looks away. You know, he says, I kept waiting for you to say something real. Not pretty words, just the truth. A beat. Well, he continues, standing up and straightening his jacket. You finally did. I'm sorry too, but I don't forgive you. I will heal one day. Not soon, perhaps, but certainly away from you. He picks up his coffee cup, then stops, almost as an afterthought. Now, I set you free. Go wherever you want. Be whoever you want to be with. We are done. He walks out without looking back. Lauren sits there frozen, her tea gone cold. And yet, something in her chest feels strangely light, as if a cord she didn't know was still attached just snapped quietly in two. It ended messy, but at least it ended. Period. Next episode. Rich dad, poor dad.